Yes, people, welcome to Normski TV, and it's 2:30 in the morning. I don't know why I'm doing it this time, but after the game, I had a bit of a sore throat. I still got a bit of it now, but I thought, you know what, still in my Arsenal top. Thought, listen, let me just get it done and sorted. Hopefully, this will be a nice short reaction video to the North London derby. Yes, North London is still red. And as you can see behind me, people, yep, that's what we do to the chicken. Yeah, the chicken on the ball. That's what we do, people, to the chicken on the ball. Um, yeah, the game in itself was an interesting game. I wouldn't say it was the best North London derby I've seen. As a matter of fact, it was quite average, to be honest. In all honesty, listen, Arsenal came out in the first, say, 20 minutes or so, had them kind of penned in their own half, playing a lot quicker than we normally do, which maybe was an instruction from the manager. Now, the thing for me is, look, why can't you do this for the rest of the games that we've played this season and the games going forward? Because I guarantee it, we'll probably go back and revert back to playing that slow football come Saturday against Aston Villa. And that's another game that is very important that we need to win and keep winning. Listen, we are currently 4 points behind Liverpool. We jump ahead of Nottingham Forest on 43 points. Liverpool on 47, but they do have a game in hand, so that will make them to be on, I think, 40. Well, if they win that game, they'll be on 47 points. Let me just make sure. I could be saying it wrong. As I said, it is 2:30 in the morning, so let me just double check and make sure that I'm saying the right thing. So let me just quickly look at the table. Yeah, so we're on 43 points. Liverpool on 47 points, obviously, with the game in hand. So we're currently 4 points behind them. But if they do win their game in hand, it'll be 7 points. So let's say it's 7 points, people. Let's say it's 7 points. Now, yeah, the game, as I said, we had them penned in their own half for a good while. But listen, when you're doing that and you have that kind of amount of possession and pressure, because listen, we was pressing really well. The keeper was put under pressure a couple of times. He was dilly-dallying there. Keeper I'm talking about was dilly-dallying with the ball. And on 2 occasions, Kai Havertz did close him down. But listen, right now, Kai Havertz is not the one. Yeah, he's not the number 9 that I want to see playing up front. Today, didn't get nothing from him again as usual. Had a header straight at the keeper. Other than that, what else did he do? Fall over. He's just his balance for me when he's playing, when he picks up the ball in their third, or if the ball's sort of played over the top, he's always falling over, and it just his balance when he picks up the ball it's just not good, and I just don't rate him at all. This guy, bought as a £65 million player to play as a number 8, only to find out that actually, listen, he's going to be our number 9. He's just a squad player for me. He's a squad player, and we do need to go out there and get a striker. As you can see, my title list, I'm not taking no for an answer. We need to go out and get a striker, period. Yeah, don't let the Zubimendi news, PR news, paper over what you're seeing here. Yeah, or cloud your judgment. Yeah, Arsenal are good at doing this, diverting tactics. Yeah, diverting tactics. We need a striker. From the amount of chances that we had tonight, guys, we need a striker. There was a situation where I think it was Martin Odegaard in the game. So listen, I'm not going to go from minute 1 to minute 4, so I'm going to be all over the place. So I'm just going to pick up moments in the game. Martin Odegaard, the ball when Tierney came on was whipped into the box. A fantastic cross from Tierney. Listen, this guy's on his way to Celtic. He's in talks with them for a pre-contract agreement, so he'll be gone in the summer. But whilst he's here, Wenger I mean, Wenger, Arteta playing, it feels like Wenger because obviously the way we are playing and the stuff that's happening on the field and off the field, fans are getting a little bit, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Fans are getting kind of cheesed off with what's happening on the field, getting impatient with what's happening on the field, and you know, fans arguing with each other. And the thing about it, if we lost tonight, then it would have been carnage. I'm telling you now, it would have been carnage. But listen, we got the win, albeit, but it was a futurist winning that corner. We was lucky because top fans, you would have noted that the ball actually came off a Trossard, and it should have been a Tottenham or Spurs goal kick. But nobody's going to moan about that. Nobody's going to hold the referees to account. Say, "Oh, poor us." You know, it's always the referees against us. There's 2 occasions now in the FA Cup where what's the name dived, Kai Havertz dived, and a penalty was awarded. But listen, justice came because obviously Martin Odegaard had the ball saved, basically had the penalty saved. But coming back to this game, you know, we get the corner, and like we do, set piece FC does what they need to do. Declan Rice takes it, you know, always in that sweet spot, and Gabriel Magalhaes, who might as well play as a number 9 for us up front because he's scoring most of our goals, heads the ball in off of I can't remember which defender it was. It might be in Dragerson. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. No, it wasn't Dragerson. Sorry, it was what's his name? What's their striker's name? Solanke. He ended up it coming off of him, and so the own goal was awarded to Spurs off of Solanke. But listen, we get the equaliser, and then 4 minutes later, lovely work by Partey, breaking up play, and I really was impressed with Partey tonight. I thought he put in a real good performance. You know, breaking up play, progressing the ball forward, and that's what I liked about him. And I thought between him and Gabriel, you know, it was run close for who was going to be the man of the match. But I am going to give it to Gabriel because he did put in a captain's performance, and I think he should have the captain's armband. I think Odegaard should just give it up to him and just say, listen, man, let me just concentrate on not being a captain and be a cheerleader. Give the armband to Gabriel Magalhaes because he's the one that's doing the talking on the pitch, and he's the one that's scoring the goals and saving our backsides. The simple things. That's what it is. But yeah, we get the equaliser. And as I said, 4 minutes later, in the 44th minute, I think it was, Thomas Partey breaks up the play. It falls to Martin Odegaard, who gets an assist. Ball's played to Trossard on the left-hand side. He decides that he's going to drive at the goal because I didn't know where he was going to pass. I thought he looked up and I thought, please do not pass it to Kai Havertz. Please do not pass because this guy can't hit a barn door right now. And look, Trossard drove it into the far left-hand corner or right-hand corner, as you're looking at, depending on which way you're looking at, right-hand corner, past the goalkeeper. I think the goalkeeper should have done better, but it looked like he took a slight deflection off of one of the defenders. I think it was Dragerson. I think it came off of him, and then it kind of bobbled and went underneath the keeper. So he could have done better, but listen, I don't care. That makes it 2-1. We then go into half-time, 2-1 up, and I'm saying to myself, 2-1 is a dangerous scoreline. We need to come out and, you know, take the game to him. I think we kind of sat back and tried to just see the game out. It sounds as bad as it sounds. Try and control the game. We did have a couple of other chances, as I said, in the game with Odegaard missing that goal. You know, right in front of goal, and he puts it wide from a ball from Kieran Tierney. Sterling tonight, for me, slowing down the game, absolutely slowing down the game. When he picked up the ball, there was one point where a ball was played to him and he had the field to run in, and he just stopped running, literally stopped running. And for me, he just couldn't be a player. Some people were saying on other streams that he played really well. For me, personally speaking, he's not the backup. He's not even a backup dancer to Saka. There is problems on that right-hand side, and we need to go out and get a decent attacking right-sided midfielder that can score goals, that can beat a man, and it's got a little bit of trickery behind him. Sterling, I think, I think Sterling has lost it in terms of his pace and that. Yeah, in the game against Man United, yeah, he was beating the man and running at them. But tonight, I just felt he was slowing down the game too much. Every time the ball came to him on that right-hand side, he had a chance to beat a man, but he would stop, cut back, but literally stop on the ball. And that, for me, gave Spurs time to get back into their position. I wasn't really impressed. He did end up getting substituted, and I think Martinelli came on for him when Martinelli went over that side. For me, Martinelli didn't really do much, perfectly speaking. Didn't really do much. They brought on Moreno and Simpson towards the end of the game, and just to kind of see out the game. But in general, it was an important win. The performance wasn't overall fantastic. It wasn't like a typical North London derby, as I said earlier on. It's not one of those typical North London derbies where it was end to end and madness going on. Yes, there was a little bit of bite towards the end of the game with Miles Lewis-Skelly, who I thought played really well in that inverted left back. Even though he's a number 8, he's a midfielder, but he did have a good game in defence, and he did come up. He did have a little bit of a skirmish with Bergville in our penalty area, and then obviously Arteta decided that he was going to take him off, and I did like the way he was kind of jeering up the crowd. Yes, he was doing a little bit of cheerleading, but I think he knows what it is to win a North London derby. But at that point when he was going off, it was Spurs. They did have a free kick or a corner. I think it was a corner. Yes, it was a corner. And I was thinking, if they scored, Miles, you're going to look a little bit silly. But fortunately enough for me, that didn't happen. So yeah, listen, we go on and win the game. As I say, we had to come from 2-1, to come from 1-0 down, to beat Spurs 2-1. Son had too much space on the edge of the box, corner from the left-hand side, and it was cleared out, and there was no one marking Son, and he literally just hit it. It deflected off of Thomas Partey, and Raya couldn't get to it. So they made it 1-0. And listen, at that point, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this could be carnage. This could be carnage. But look, fair play to Gabriel Magalhaes, getting that equaliser, even though it was fortuitous because it did come off. It came off for Trossard, and as I say, we got the corner and scored from it, and then Trossard eventually getting the winner. So listen, I'm pleased. North London is red. Yeah, North London is still red. We move on to the next game, Aston Villa on Saturday evening. I think 5:30 kickoff. That's going to be a much tougher game. They beat Everton away 1-0. We need to go into that game prepared. A lot of fans are going to be well happy tonight or this morning as I'm making this reaction video. They're going to be happy. Yeah, listen, you can be happy, but at the end of the day, it's just one game. This game was not bigger than the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. No way. As Arteta said, this game was bigger. No, it isn't. It wasn't. It isn't, because this leads to nothing. We could have gone to a semi-final and to a final, but we're going to have a hard task, overhauling that 2-0 deficit at St. James's Park. You know what I mean? And they're doing really well. They've just beaten. They just won 3-0. I can't remember who they played. Wolverhampton. And Isak getting 2 goals and an assist. So that guy is a dangerous man. People, I'm saying we can't take no for an answer. We need to get a striker. Yeah. Yeah. We need to get a striker this season and hopefully try and get some sort of attacking player. But listen, at the moment, the noise is quiet, not hearing anything whatsoever. We're linked with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. We're linked with Embremo from Brentford. I think, they're talking about a 50 million deal. But, Man United are interested and also Tottenham are interested. But I don't know. At the moment, it's still quiet. We're 2 weeks in now and still no striker. Let's not let this game that we won tonight paper over the cracks, because we do need a striker, full stop. We need a striker, full stop. If we are going to do anything or try and mount any kind of title challenge, we need to go in and get a striker, because we cannot go through the rest of this season without a recognised number 9. Yeah, and somebody on that right hand side, because to me Sterling ain't the man. I don't know how far away Ethan Ranrieri is, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm sure Arteta in his post match is going to turn around and I haven't seen his post match, so I'm just speculating. I may be wrong, but I'm sure he's obviously going to big up the team and say how well we played and all of that, and talk about emotions and whatnot. That's what Arteta does. So we'll see what happens as we kind of progress through the next couple of weeks. As I say, big game again on Saturday evening against Aston Villa. That's not going to be no easy task. If Liverpool go to Brentford and drop more points, then we close that gap even closer. You never know what can happen. But realistically, if we don't get a decent enough attack before the end of the window, then I'm sorry to say that I don't think we're going to go on and win the league. I really don't. He might prove me wrong, but at the moment, the way we're playing, I just can't see it happen. But listen, people, it is a bit of a late one. I hope we did kind of get the gist of the game. Listen, we move, we go again. Please hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new, and we move again. Take care. See you on the next match reaction.